Musicians Institute Guitarcraft Program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.
There's a feeling I need that only you supply. Come alive, you make me come alive.
Welcome to the Fox 17 Rock and Review. That is Root Road, and that was off your new album,
That's right.
which is Come Alive, and the song is Come Alive,
Yep.
title track. This is John, I've got Anthony and Nathanael, the very talented Gilkes brothers, all the way from Ohio.
That's right.
Yep.
Now in Nashville, Tennessee.
That's right.
And I just wanted to talk a little bit, John. Now this is your third studio album,
That's right.
and so you guys had some pretty big people along the way, like your producer on this. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we got the opportunity to work with Roger Ryan, and he's actually been really huge in gospel music. He was nominated for a Dove Award, I believe, for a Shirley Caesar record that he did.
Wow.
But he's also worked with people like Brian Luttrell from the Backstreet Boys,
Yeah.
and just several other, Take Six.
Yeah.
So we were able to cross paths with him on a TV show we actually did with Dr. Bobby Jones on the Word Network.
I read that.
And and he came to us afterwards and he's like, "What can I do to work with you guys?" And we're just like,
Well, you
that's
know
hard.
the list of musicians that he brought in too, John. That you had,
yeah.
obviously all of you play, but I mean, you guys had some A-team musicians on this album.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he called them the Justice League.
Yeah.
No, it was the Avengers. That's
Yeah,
right.
okay.
that's right. Yeah. Gosh, we had like Josh Lutz played guitar for us, which he's played with Danny Gilkes. Anton Nesbitt has played with a lot of gospel acts in the area. Steve Brewster is the guy that did drums for us, who he's on everybody's record, it seems like.
Right.
It was really cool to have them on board, and they were able to kind of just bring a really tight sensibility to our record, and they also kept the thing live, so that was really cool. Wow. Yeah.
So it really sort of fit with the whole Come Alive theme.
Oh yeah.
You know? So I wanted to bring it up too. You guys have been playing together, as brothers since you were little, and so now Nathaniel down here, you were the drummer. But then you also play guitar, and
Kind of how it happened with me doing like percussion stuff is there's nobody that was doing it, and I didn't necessarily want to, but my dad was like, pick up the tambourine and play, you know? And I was like, I don't like this, Dad, but I started playing it, and I was like, oh, it's not so bad,
Right.
So that's what I started off doing, and then
well, and your vocals are amazing too.
oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It's funny about him when he's playing live. If you've ever seen the movie Mary Poppins,
Oh, totally.
When you
Yeah,
look
I have
at
a
Dick
daughter.
Van Dyke and he's playing the drums and everything, that's what Nathaniel looks like on our shows. I mean, he's got one foot playing the cajon, he's doing a tambourine on the other end, and sometimes playing harmonica, and it's definitely a lot of fun.
Well, and it's so amazing too, John, where you guys recreate, what was built in the studio live. And I was obviously talking with Anthony too about, keyboard-wise, what are you using now?
I'm using a Yamaha CP4 stage, and also I occasionally bring out a Hammond XK1.
Oh my gosh! So you're really nailing some of those tones.
Yes, there's a lot of good sounds from both of those.
Well, you were
boards.
telling me too before we came down to the studio about why you like that Yamaha, because the weighted keys.
Yes, they have real wooden keys, and it's one of the closest things I felt to playing a real upright or grand.
Yeah.
Yamaha. We're making a commercial for you right now.
Exactly. It's going to work out great for the endorsement deal you guys get after this show.
Yes.
For the next album that'll come out next year. Yeah. So, but I wanted to bring up though, how old were you guys when you started playing music together? And the harmonies, on the album and even sitting here in the studio are just amazing. How old were you?
Well,
We were in our early teens.
yeah. Well, when we played together.
Yeah.
Before that, we used to listen to Jesus Christ Superstar and
Oh,
take
yeah.
road trips
Oh, yeah.
and do harmonies and make up stuff in the car. But yeah, we all went to the same school at one period of time.
Yeah.
And we hung out with each other a lot there, and that's kind of what brought us together. We're like, hey, you're all right, because before we used to fight each other all the time.
It's that whole family thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But then we got together and played music, and that's kind of ever since we've been doing that. So.
Wow. Yeah. Well, and what really sort of drove you to do more of the Christian and the gospel music also?
Well, that's really something that we came up under,
It's just a part of us.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, we were from a very young age singing, songs from church and things like that, and that's what's in you comes out.
Right. And your father's a vocalist also.
That's right. That's right.
And I understand he might have helped back this last album a little bit.
He did more than a little bit.
For sure.
They definitely really believe the Lord moved on them to support what it is that we're doing, and they have been for a long time.
Yeah.
But we had reached a point where they felt like it was time for us to really kind of step up our game, you know, whereas before we had self-produced our 2 previous records.
Right.
It was really put on them to really find somebody that was, you know, skilled in their craft even above and beyond what we had worked with before. And that opportunity to meet with Roger really opened up that door.
Oh my gosh, so amazing. Now also I wanted to bring it up because obviously I'm a bit of a guitar nut. And how did you acquire the Gibson J200 you're playing here, John?
Well, there's an interesting story about that.
He picked the blue flower and a mountain in the Himalayas.
Yeah, tell me about this one.
No, actually when I was about 19 and my wife and I were dating, I used to take her out on dates at Guitar Center, and I would show her
That's the most happening place.
Oh yeah, and we would enter that acoustic guitar room, which I called the Holy of Holies, because it was like, you know, cut off from everything else. And I would tell her, I was like, that's the guitar I want to get. And she kind of would look at me and she said, I'll get one for you. And in the back of my mind, I'm like 19, I'm like, you know. And oddly enough, 11 years later, it was under the Christmas tree for me, and that was, yeah.
And now it's your main guitar.
That is my main guitar.
That's amazing. Now, I want to make sure viewers know, where can they buy Come Alive, and also to keep up with you guys, you know, on your tour, and with what you're doing on media and everything you got going on, and obviously with all the radio play and all, where can they buy a copy of Come Alive?
The physical copies are available through our website. So
now, will you guys sign them also, and give us the website?
We can. Our website is www.rootroad.com. That's ROOTROAD.com.
Exactly. And so you guys will do the signed copies. Now, where else can they download the songs digitally?
Digitally, you can get it on iTunes. You can get it on Google Play. You can buy it on Amazon. And anywhere where online music is sold, you can find our record.
Gotcha. And also on the website and with the social media, they can keep up with you guys on the tour and where you guys are playing and everything.
Yeah, they can follow us.
And book you even if you're
available. Right. That's right. Yeah, we can be followed on Twitter. We can like us on Facebook. We're also on Instagram. We have a Reverb Nation page, which is, you know, you can go there and listen to music and things like that. So all sorts of options. We're also on Google+.
Nice, nice. Well, I got to tell you, when I got the album in, and obviously I listened to a lot of music like we talked about, but I found it very uplifting, a very positive message, and just I like the beat, I like the vibe, but I think it brings it more home that, you know, you guys are brothers, and you're doing this together as a unit and getting the word out there with some great music. I think it's a great way to reach young people as well.
Well, thank you.
That maybe, you know, aren't as open, but, you know, when you put some great stuff in a song, everybody's open.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the defenses come down, you know, when you do something that's danceable and that, you know, you can kind of bob your head to, and that was really our intention with releasing this record, is we wanted something that was palatable to a lot of different people.
Well,
you know?
I think it sounds amazing, and plus you've got a new addition to the band now recently.
That's right, that's right. My wife just gave birth to our son on June the 16th, and his name is Harrison Brave.
So you have to determine whether Harrison's going to be, you know, guitarist, keyboardist, or percussionist.
I'm thinking a guitarist because he's got some nice long fingers, so, you know, I mean, I've been eyeing him up from the beginning, you know.
Yeah, you got to start working on the harmonies early, too, you know, so, you know, you guys can just, like, stand around the crib and the playpen and just, like, sing around him.
That's right.
You know, and get him ready early.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, be sure and pick up a copy. It's Come Alive by Root Road. I'll tell you what, very talented guys, incredible harmonies, and I'm sure you're going to hear more about them. Root Road. Thanks for watching the Fox 17 Rock and Review.
Thanks.
Musicians Institute Guitarcraft program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.